The last note that I wrote says, Baylor is a cool guy.
Yeah.
That was a cool guy.
Yep.
It's cool to be cool to dunk.
Yeah, you asked me like an episode or two ago. You're like, "Oh, is Makar older than Baylor?" And I was like, "No, Baylor's the older one, but he doesn't become king. Makar becomes king later." And you were like, "Oh, Baylor doesn't make it." And I was like, "No."
Well, it looks like he doesn't.
Certainly does not.
Was that enough? Was that enough big fight for you?
Yeah. I wished I'd seen a little bit more
You would
of
have liked
everybody else
more
fighting.
Yeah, actually, yeah. In the middle of like the big fight, I was kind of like, where is everyone?
Yeah, I'm like, did Raymond get to murder his cousin?
Yeah, did they all get fucked up and only these two remain?
Yeah, did any of the Kingsguard die? You know, like they said, you know, the Harding and Beesbury. So, you know, they got
Were
the
those
broken
the
leg.
Kingsguard guys, both of them?
No, those the Beesbury was the guy with the orange mustache, and Harding was the guy with the broken leg who was coming back to settle his score with Arian. So they both apparently got speared through on the first pass and died immediately. So sucks to be them. And yeah,
a lot of bashing did occur. I did like there were some very dramatic moments where like Arian and Dunk were fighting, and early on in that fight, there were a few times where someone would come riding past and knock one of them on their ass.
Into them. Yeah.
But towards the end of the Dunk Arian fight, I was kind of like, is everyone off their horses? Are they all knocked out? And I guess at least 3 of them were still fighting.
Yeah. Some of them were still going at it right up until, you know, they blew the horn. Arian yielded and they blew the horn.
That was cool. There was a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
I like a small fight. I like a short little fight where I don't kind of start to kind of see the same kind of moves happening, you know, like.
I guess, yeah. Well, I certainly I don't want to see the same kind of moves too many times.
Well, right, yeah.
But that depends, I think, more on like the creativity and inventiveness of the fight choreographer than anything else. But you know, I've watched some martial arts movies and stuff like that where they have some very long fight scenes.
That's yeah, I sort of and I don't want to say I get bored, but I do kind of like, and it's not even if it's the same moves happening, but like too much fighting, unless we're like moving back and forth between 2 fights in 2 different rooms, you know, that can keep me for a little longer.
Okay. It just strains your credulity that 2 people or like 5 people or whatever might be fighting for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, it starts to be, I start to feel kind of like, okay, this is really this is still happening. And boy, Dunk really took a beating. Speaking of, how is this still happening?
He got his ass kicked.
Over and over.
Over and over. But he's also a giant human being, and he can take a lot of punishments, and he still beat the crap out of Arian and made him yield.
When you're that big, it's easier for your opponent to miss an internal organ. There's more meat on you.
Internal organ?
An eternal organ.
Yeah.
You gotta really be careful about your eternal organs. You want to protect those.
Yeah, eternal. Yeah. For sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I knew Lionel wasn't going to kill Lionel Baratheon because he has to go on to father King Robert's dad.
Oh.
Yeah. He's King Robert's granddaddy.
He's got that vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of,
He,
yeah.
he's
I mean, and
he,
this is,
I saw someone point out he's got a vibe that kind of blends Robert and Renly
oh
actually a little
yeah,
bit, and I was like, oh
oh
yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
He's got some Renly in him.
Yeah, he's got some Renly vibes, and then more properly, Renly's got some of his granddad. You know.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that actor that played Renly did one or two more things, and then might have
Kind
disappeared.
of.
Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention, but I feel like I saw him in a movie or two, and then kind of not again.
Well, a lot of HBO actors just keep doing HBO shows over and over again.
Yeah,
It seems like
I
to
might not
me,
know what he's on
and they
now.
do a lot of like HBO gets a lot of British actors, and then they go, so they do an HBO show or whatever, and then they go back to England or Scotland or whatever, and they do UK shows
Yeah, or they
that I don't
continue to
hear
do
about.
theater or whatever they were doing
Yeah, or
beforehand.
theater. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you know, I feel like they get a lot of people like that for HBO shows.
Yeah,
You're
and
not going to see
that
Matt.
really
You're
is
not going to.
true.
You're not going to see like Matt Damon on an HBO show.
Yeah, I mean, I see even when
Yeah.
was how I think
Or I mean,
season
unless it's
two of House of the Dragon was mostly shot while there was a actors guild strike going on. So most of these people were non-American actors, so they were just able to. Oh, but there was also a writer's strike going on, so they had actors but no script during House of the Dragon season two.
was it the strike? I thought it was COVID.
I
Or
could.
was
It is 100% and very likely possible that I got that entire story wrong.
or was season
But
one COVID?
it was something. Season one probably was COVID. It had season two was last year, so probably not. But it had something to do with the fact that they were mostly not American actors, so it didn't really matter if the Actors Guild was on strike.
Really? That's sad.
This
Oh well.
episode begins with someone is puking. I don't know if it's Dunk, but
Raymond and Duck are both
they're
puking.
both puking,
Yeah,
and
because that's what happens when the adrenaline really fucking hits right
does
before
it
you're about to.
when you're about to
It's a
go into battle and get killed?
that's a common thing even to this day. People who especially who are not used to it, and then one of them, the crazy guy Risling, shouts
Yeah,
"green boys" or "green
yeah.
fucking boys" at them because they're puking. But yeah, it's a common response to for to because you're about to be in a life or death situation. Your body, the adrenaline really surges, and a very natural response to that, if you haven't
Yeah,
experienced that
even
before, is to
Arlen puked
puke.
in Flea Bottom.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I
for
mean,
sure. Well,
I
he
think
had a
that's
lot going on.
I think he was really drunk.
There was a lot of things causing puke.
That too.
These green boys have got vomit on their sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Well, spaghetti. Yeah, exactly. The same thing for
Yeah, you
Eminem.
puke
For him,
from stage
it
fright.
wasn't a life. Yeah, exactly. That's not a life or death situation, but like your body and your mind kind of react in the same way they think that it is. You have this huge adrenaline rush, and if you're not used to that, puking is part of that. I guess it's part of like the natural survival response of like, you might have to run for your life or you fight for your life in a second. So like lighten the load a little bit and like get ready to go. I
Makes sense.
I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
You evacuate and run. Evacuate and get going.
Shit your pants, vomit your guts out.
It seems like you would
machine.
be in a crisis situation. It seems like that's probably not how you want to be entering the crisis. Just because, I mean, there's a lot of hunching over and clutching yourself and evacuating. It's, you gotta. I mean, I've never been in this type of situation. I don't know how fast you compose yourself if someone's impaling you with a lance immediately.
I think pretty fucking fast. I think you get over it like
You better.
you get over it pretty quick.
You gotta.
You get over it pretty quick.
You got your,
That's the point.
your arms are going to be
because then
heavy,
the
knees
adrenaline
weak.
actually really kicks.
Hands are sweaty.
Because then the adrenaline actually really kicks in, and you're ready to go.
Oh, and then and then the pain goes away, and it's time to kick ass. and
Yeah.
or chew bubblegum if you have it.
Yeah, or possibly get stabbed by a lance and die.
I like that before we really move into the first chunk of the episode, I think, does Baylor come out and give everyone to tell everyone to not die? That's
Yeah,
his advice to everybody.
He gives everyone a pep talk,
Yeah.
and it's a strenuous. It's a nice pep talk. It's like a realistic one. Like, these guys are
Yeah.
going to be trying to kill you.
Yeah,
Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention. Remember your training. Simple stuff. Nothing like, we're going forth for the glory of God.
Yeah, our honor and glory. The makers will look upon us favorably this day as we trounce the enemies in the name of the Father.
Yeah, pray to the God. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, pay attention to what you're doing and don't get killed. It's he's very straightforward about it.
So, Dunk is impaled in the gut and knocked from his horse immediately. The first joustling, the first lancing.
Yeah. Dunk has never jousted in his life.
No.
He's told the master, the games master, I've tilted at rings, which means, you hang rings up on like a pole.
You try to get him with
like a tree branch or something, and you get him with the lance. My 8-year-old has done that. My kid has done that when he was 8-year-old, riding on a little pony, and like he reaches out and like grabs him with his hand, but it's like the same thing. It's like tilting at ring. Cool. But my point is, tilting at rings is a kid's game.
Yeah, sure. He also it seems to me, and I again, I'm not an expert, and I wasn't, we see for about a second, but it seemed to me that Dunk did not really have his shield up correctly.
He did not.
Like it looked like, again, it was a split-second shot, but it seemed like the show was like intentionally telling us that like he was kind of didn't have it right, and then the lance went right in him.
Yes, and there was a shot like right near the end where you could see his shield, and it was like broken in half.
That's very sad.
It was like totally shattered.
That shield has been the main character of the show so far.
I know, it was passed down from Sir Arlen to Dunk. Well, his sword too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also got the new painting of the Dunk and Egg, sentimental shooting star scene.
The little vignette where they show Dunk's origin story, I believe totally made up for this show.
You think it totally
sad, but it's totally it seems right. Seems about right. Fucking
totally made up for. I totally misinterpreted what you just said.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No. It's they added the show. It's not in the novella at all or anything like that. But
right.
But it seems about right. Drunk Sir Arlen's like, in the name of the fucking mother, whatever. It's just all like, he's like, oh my god, these guys are killing these 2 boys, and I'm a drunk.
Knight full of honor in Flea Bottom.
Yeah, in Flea Bottom, and it doesn't mean much, and I don't care about much, but I can kill these 2 motherfuckers. Fuck these guys. Nobody's gonna miss them.
We after getting impaled, we flash to Dunk and his friend Rafe picking up horseshoes and various bits of metal and leather off of a battlefield where there are men full of arrows. And is this our Daemon? Someone mentions that Daemon's rebellion is over.
Daemon Blackfire.
So not our Daemon.
Not Daemon from House of Dragon, no.
Okay.
No, Daemon Blackfire is named after our Daemon from Matt Smith from House of the
Is that Dragon. The beginning of the Blackfire? Is that Daemon?
Yeah, he's the first Blackfire. He's called Daemon Blackfire because his father, Aegon the Unworthy, Aegon the Fourth, gives him the ancestral sword, Blackfire.
Oh,
So
okay.
instead of calling himself Damon Waters, which is a bastard name, he starts calling himself Damon Blackfire. And he
Gotcha.
founds
Right. Okay.
He founds House Blackfire, who
And they
become
have a great
pretenders to the
rebellion.
Targaryen. Yeah, they become pretenders to
Targaryen
the
bastard
Targaryen
line.
throne. He launches the first rebellion, and so they have a big ass battle called the Battle of the Red Grass Field, which is I think that's where Dunk was supposed to be looting bodies with his buddy Rafe. The Battle of Red Grass Field, which is supposed to be not far from King's Landing.
And we can see King's Landing in the background, and we all go, "Ooh,
Yeah.
look! I know what that is. There's the Red Keep."
Yeah, and Damon Blackfire got killed there, and I think that's where Bloodraven got his name, and Bloodraven fought there, and Bitter Steel fought there, and then all the surviving Blackfires fled across the Narrow Sea to Pentos, and then they founded the Golden Company, and they had like 6 more Blackfire rebellions or something like that after that.
In Westeros?
Yeah, 6, 5. I think there were like 4 or 5 total Blackfire rebellions. So like Damon had
over
like
the next 50 years or so. This happens a couple more times.
Yeah, right. Damon Blackfire had like 7 children or something like that. So like they over and over again, lots
of people
they
that
kept coming back
and
revolting and trying to take over the Targaryen throne, take over the Iron Throne.
Sure.
And then like his grandson, and then like the very last one of them was killed by Sir Barristan, who is in Game of Thrones as an old man.
We know that guy.
And Barristan killed him when he was a young man. So, it's George R. R. Martin's got all of these connections like woven into these stories.
Yeah, he is. It's a very rich history, and like I can't even imagine the kind of like Bible or like I can't even imagine how he would keep track of it. Like what kind of system of notebooks and I mean, I guess he wrote a whole history book that has addendums and glossaries, so he can look at his own
Sherlock
reference.
Holmes Mind Palace.
Yeah, does he have the Mind Palace where it's just in there?
It's just the Game of Thrones world in the Mind Palace.
It's a bunch of rooms that we've seen Sam in.
I think if he had a Mind Palace, he probably would have finished the goddamn books.
But, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he doesn't know what happened. Maybe at this point he's not sure what the history is. Which is really like the power of myth and fantasy, that, you can kind of say, well, this was recorded by some guys some of the maesters feel that this battle was actually a different thing. He even does that in Fire and Blood.
Yeah, of course.
So,
but you can't do that in a story like the game, like the actual Song of Ice and Fire books that are told from
right. They're told from character perspectives.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, but you can also do that you can get even softer.
I guess so.
And Sam kind of does that shit too. Sam is kind of like, well, that knowledge is not known, or I just found out about this thing about the world, and now it, is going to matter.
Yeah. Well, and then, poor Rafe gets her throat cut because she can't stop taking fucking people's pockets.
Can't stop.
Namely,
can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Will not. Even if she could, she wouldn't. She's even, she's like...
I thought it was going to be, I thought she was going to she's like, oh, I stole his knife, so that when he turns around and comes after me, because she's going to realize that his knife is gone in about 2 seconds, she's going to be right there to stab him, blah, blah, get him. But no, she was just like, oh no, I'm just going to get the knife taken back and my throat cut.
She's doing, I got his number. Yeah, she's doing, look how slick I am, Dunk.
She didn't plan ahead very far. Or I thought maybe she was going to be like, it's like, oh, the price doubled. Well, we have enough for one of us to go, so she goes by herself and leaves Dunk behind.
Ooh, does Emilia Clarke do something like that to Han Solo, or is it the other way?
I forget.
It doesn't matter. It does. But Emilia Clarke is there.
Yeah. No, Amelia Clark is grabbed by the cops right after Han Solo gets through the security. He goes
Oh,
through first.
okay.
He gets
So
through
he goes through.
security,
Yeah,
and
and
then
she
they
doesn't.
grab her
But she
right before
does
she gets to the
betray
side.
him.
No, she doesn't. She just, she's like, get the
I
fuck
mean,
out of here. And then,
eventually,
yeah.
like years
Oh,
later.
yeah, much
Yeah,
later. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. But
That's why.
it's one of those
That's why
crime
it was in
stories
my.
where
Yeah.
it's one of those crime stories where everybody stabs everybody in the back.
It's a little bit meandering. It almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost not a full plot line. It's just people stabbing each other in the back, and Lando's there.
You could tell that they really wanted to make some more movies with childish Lando,
Yep.
uh, and this new Han Solo and maybe Kira and Darth Maul or something. But no, they are making a Darth Maul
Yeah.
movie
A
or
movie question mark or
short series, miniseries. I don't know. That sounds about right for a good Darth Maul story. Like,
short
don't make
series,
whole
miniseries sounds correct.
yeah, yeah. Don't make a whole movie
I
about
feel like I
movie.
heard the word
Don't
movie being tossed around. Was I just incorrect or?
Let me see what this Darth Maul show is.
Because I feel like it gives me a bad feeling the way. Like I feel like if they're gonna put out a movie, they have to make a big movie and put it in theaters. Like it gives me a bad feeling like Section 31 or whatever, that Star Trek movie.
No,
That
okay,
was
no,
not a
it's a
movie.
it is a 10 episode show
Okay, I feel better
on
about
Disney
that. I'd
Plus.
like not that I've watched anything Star
Maul,
Wars in
yeah,
5 years, but
Maul Shadow Lord. After the Clone Wars, Maul plots to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. Okay, that's cool. I'll watch that. I want to see Crime Lord Darth Maul. He did some Crime Lord stuff in Clone Wars, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I watched that.
yeah, I don't. In fact, I have not really watched it. I've only watched a couple scenes that you told me were good sword fights. That's about all of Clone Wars. Yeah, in fact, I don't think like when it was on, I probably caught like a couple scenes here and there, but I really don't have experience with.
It's
Is that
Yeah, I know a
in?
lot of people who
Oh,
like really swore by it, but
yeah, it was
it's
this.
really a kid show, so it's really
Sure.
uneven.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That makes a
There's
lot. In fact, there's like if you look, there are like viewing guides that like tell you like not only what order, but also like which episodes to skip because
Yes.
they either are more for kids or have nothing to do with the over. Like there are complicated viewing guides to that show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 for sure. For sure, for sure. Um but I think it's an overall good show. There's some overall good stuff in it. It's yeah, but it is a kid show. It's just like some fun Star Wars stuff. But yeah, actually I don't know, but there is some dark stuff. Like the end of the series is
Well, I think the last season, the final season they did was probably
yeah,
more serious.
there's like this whole part where Order 66 goes down and all the clones start to kill all the Jedi, and
Yeah.
Ahsoka is like on a starship with Darth Maul like in a prison in the starship, and she's trying to get away, so she goes and she frees Darth Maul, and she's like, go cause a distraction.
Wow, that
And
doesn't
he's
seem like something a Jedi
and
should
he
be doing.
yeah, well, yeah, she's not a Jedi at this point anymore. She's been kicked out of the Jedi Order, or she left, or something like
Oh,
that. So she's sort of like
wow.
a gray Jedi. She's like a gray Jedi. She's a
Yeah.
good guy Jedi. She just she's just a rebel who can't tolerate stupid authority.
You know what? That's
Man,
cooler than being a cop Jedi like Obi-Wan.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
That's
sure.
way better. Good. Yeah. Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
Yeah,
A-H. Ahsoka.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Interesting character. That yeah, I haven't. Whose primary show I have not watched, but I did watch. I did watch Ahsoka, the TV show called that, and immediately forgot
yeah,
about everything in it.
yeah. It wasn't very good. Even as someone who enjoyed Clone Wars and
I think we
Rebels,
talked about this like last week. Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Um, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great show, sadly.
So in
Anyway,
this episode,
yeah,
yeah, we see
yeah,
a lot
this
of Arlen
back
Pennytree.
Arlen Pennytree, yeah, where he's like, no, he does the whole thing. He's like, no, I won't take you on as an apprentice. I'm just gonna ride away,
You have to follow
singing
me.
singing this
Oh yeah, he sings
Dothraki
Klingon
song.
opera.
It's either I'm sure since it's Dothraki, it's either really bloody or really dirty, or maybe
Probably
both.
both. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, probably it's probably about a man who goes out and kills 15 men and then comes home
Right.
and has sex with his 5 wives while killing 3 more men. You know, while riding his horse. Actually,
Yeah.
the entire time he's riding his
Exactly.
horse.
Yeah. He never gets off his horse ever during this whole
It's
the whole
honestly
time.
probably just about a horse. You know, like
Okay. Yeah.
the stereotype about country music, how it's like cold beer
Yeah.
and my horse or the tractor or whatever. Like
Yeah.
all Dothraki music is like warm horse milk and my horse.
This milk
Pandering.
has
Yeah,
fermented
yeah,
perfectly, and I'm so drunk. It's the best. That's all this thing about. Under the open sky
Oh yeah,
and
always.
horses. Yeah.
Real Klingon types.
Yeah. Very much so.
These horse warriors.
Yeah, they made their language sound exactly. If someone had told me like they're like just as a joke, we made all the
I'm
Dothraki
almost
speaking Klingon.
I could be wrong. What I'm about to say,
I would love it. I would love it. No, it's a different language. It's not Klingon.
that's not what I was going to say. And what I'm about to say might
Okay.
be made up, but I do believe that one of the principal developers of Klingon worked on the TV show and the Dothraki language. I believe.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong.
There's
about
not that many people doing like
fictional languages.
constructed languages and stuff.
Yeah, not that many
Yeah.
people work in that field now.
No.
Flea
Yeah,
Bottom
and eventually
sucks. But-
eventually Sir Arlen is like, "Oh my God, I got drunk and I fell on my dagger and
Yeah.
I almost bled out."
Do you think it's the
That's
same
bad.
drunk? Do you think that whole sequence was the same drunkenness? Like he was just drunk for days, killing people in Flea Bottom, getting followed around, getting dunk sick, falling on his dagger. That
don't-
was just a 3-day bender.
I don't think Sir Arlen ever really got
Sober.
really that sober.
Sir Arlen Pennytree. We're
Sir
learning
Arlen
more and more about
Pennytree.
him, and the more we learn about him, the more I like him.
Yeah. But eventually he was like, "Oh yeah, I should probably have a squire around." I think that's when Dunk sneaks up on him and he's sleeping and there's like a grave there. I think that's
Yeah.
his squire's grave
Oh,
because he rides up and there's a guy there like shoveling or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the squire and,
It could
then
be.
the squire is gone and it means to imply the
A
squire just
little
passed
subtle,
away,
yeah.
or like that's the guy digging the grave or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, it
But
could be.
yeah,
I mean, it does seem like there was a very big battle nearby recently, so it could be any number of things. But I mean, that is an interesting
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, and then he's like, fuck, I fell asleep on my dagger. I could have bled out. That could have been bad, and it would have been a stupid way
Yeah.
to die. Maybe I should just take this boy along to make sure I don't choke to death on my own vomit sometimes.
It is
Every
good to have
drunk-
someone around to make sure you're not
Yeah.
falling on your own blade, choking to death on your own vomit, doing stupid drunk asshole in the countryside shit.
Yeah.
I really
Every
liked
drunk
it.
asshole needs somebody to take care of them a little bit.
Well, for sure. I agree. Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm not saying every drunk asshole has somebody to take care of them.
No, but really, yeah. It's hard to do that shit alone and not end up face down in your own vomit.
Yeah, and hey, when you're a knight, you've got certain perks and certain rules don't apply to you, so you can just grab random boys off the street and be like, "You want to be a squire? All right, come with me."
You got to save him in a very bloody street brawl with pigs around first. That's the rule.
Just chop a dude's head off and let it get eaten by pigs.
As is tradition, that's how you go about this thing. If
Those
you want a
pigs
new
did not
squire,
hesitate. They went right for that head.
they
Those
were
pigs
they were
hungry.
going for it. I mean, that's what they do. Pigs love human heads and human flesh in general. From if movies and TV have taught me anything, you put human flesh around
exactly.
a pig and it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Just right through that shit.
Anything. They'll just be like, yeah, they'll eat it while looking at you, holding eye contact the whole time, thinking thoughts like, "This could be you."
That is absolutely what the pig is thinking while eating the human flesh that you fed it. For sure, it's thinking that. That game Machine for Pigs could have
If
been a
I-
lot creepier. Really could have been.
Yeah.
If any of those
I
pigs had
don't-
said a word, it would have been creepier.
I don't know why I'm thinking of who are those fucking mutant pigs and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who work for the bad guys? Rocksteady.
Oh, there's Bebop is well, one of them's a
Bebop is like a
rhineceros. Yeah, but one's a
Yeah.
warthog. Bebop, I think, is a
Warthog.
warthog.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
They're
of
great.
like I'm just thinking of tons of the warthog guy. Just
Some
tons
of the
pigs
best fictional characters.
rising up. Yeah. Anyway, back to this show. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Actually, he proceeds to beat the ever loving shit out of Arion and
It's
get the shit
great.
beat back out of him
It's
to the point
great.
where he falls over on his
Oh
face.
yeah,
and Arion's
well,
like, haha, he's dead.
Arlen Pennytree has to walk up to him and shout at the child, "Get up!" And then in the future, Dunk rises like in Snatch.
Yeah, exactly.
Twice.
while also the kid and all the crowd shout, "Get up!"
It's
up,
incredibly
up."
dramatic. It's incredible. Yeah, the
incredible.
crowd.
It's like-
one hooker in the crowd is rooting for Dunk. She's got a heart of gold. A couple people are rooting for Dunk. It's very.
Well,
there's tension.
They're all rooting
It's done
for
well,
Dunk, man. They're
Yeah.
all rooting for Dunk. They're
Oh
all
no,
like, yeah,
they
they're
look at
coming.
that hooker kind of like, what are you? But that was mostly the royal people
Yeah,
going
it's
like,
family, right?
or was it not a hooker?
Yeah.
Was it just?
No, it was one of those hookers.
It
from
was one of
Thunderbolt,
those
but I think
hookers
she
from
was up in-
before.
Oh,
But she was up in the noble booth because she was there with Dondarion or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
we probably brought her along. Sit in the booth. Yeah, and he gets up and proceeds to beat the shit out of Arion some more until Arion yields.
It's really yeah. I mean, like I said, it's done really well.
I imagine like a 7 foot tall man punching you in the face with a gauntleted fist would get you to give up pretty quick.
I mean, I think the Captain America shield bash in the face would more or less kill most people right away. No matter what kind of head armor you're wearing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that guy
all
gets
the
his
sword-
ass kicked.
all of the sword blows and shit too. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they're all wearing armor, but they all got like some serious bloody wounds going on.
Yeah, people get fucked up,
Yeah, people get fucked up.
including poor Baelor Targaryen.
Yeah, and that's the big reveal at the end. Baelor Targaryen got his head caved in by his brother. Unfortunately.
It's the kind of thing that tends to happen when people are swinging around big metal balls on chains.
Yep. That shit'll happen. I mean, and again, it was one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, let's have a trial by 7 or trial of 7.
What a dork.
Okay, so this is a trial by combat where everyone is going to be trying to kill each other. Everybody
Lots
on
of them
one
are going to
side-
get killed.
Yeah, and it's supposed to like go until one side is either completely dead or gives up.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it's like, dude, Maekar and Baelor are on opposite sides. You guys brothers are on
and
opposite sides.
Arion is
like,
on one of those sides. Yeah.
yeah, and Arion's on one of those sides too. And it's like, and Baelor's
Just the
like, yeah,
odds
don't worry
are
about the
that it's
King-
going to go bad
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
someone
and
in the
Arion's
family.
like, don't worry about the Kingsguard. I'll attack the Kingsguard, and they won't be able to attack me back because they can't attack a Prince of the Blood.
What a shithead.
What a plan! What a crazy plan! This whole thing is just like, what?
Yeah, the whole thing is wacky, and it's it's the scheme of one of those notoriously psychotic Targaryens, which seems to
Yes.
happen all the time, once a
Yeah.
generation or more.
Yeah, at least once or twice a generation.
Real famous one coming up next time.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see him fly around and burn shit. When I say him, I'm like, wait, which one?
I meant the
'Cause-
Mad. I was saying next generation we will have the Mad King.
Yeah.
Who are we going to see fly around and burn shit?
I know. I got it wrong. The Mad King is
The
Egg's
grandchild
grandson.
of
His grandson. Yeah.
Egg the Unlikely.
Yeah. His grandson is the Mad King.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
But there,
I was
yeah.
talking about when House of the Dragon comes back in the summertime.
Oh, is that this year?
Yeah, it comes back this year.
That's cool. That was
Yeah.
last year that the last one came out.
No, dude, it was 2 years ago.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're
It came
right.
out
No, yeah,
came out in
sure.
like April
To
2024 or something like
2024.
that.
Damn. Well,
Or
that's, yeah. I mean, I
April,
guess I could
June,
keep
something
talking
like
for the
that.
rest of my life about how seasons take a long time to come out now, but we all know
Yeah.
that that's where we're at.
Well,
So,
well, no.
well, that's
But
cool.
this
I'm glad
again,
it's coming out
I
this
don't
year.
know how long the next well, we're not done with A Night of Three, The Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 1.
There,
Next
there,
episode, I assume we're gonna like the episode ended with Baelor falling on his back and Dunk catching him and going like, no, don't die. I was just gonna be your knight and it was gonna be awesome. I had it made. Don't get killed. You you tried to save my life. This is really crazy.
that is really
But yeah,
that is one of the reasons why it is sad, of course, and that's why I wrote down Baylor is cool right before I was like, oh no.
oh
Because
no.
yeah, he's good. I was like, all right, yeah, Dunk's gonna be a real knight and go with the Targaryens, and he's gonna have a squire, and oh well.
Oops.
Oh shit. Oh, that's
Shit.
yeah. This might be the
Um
most Game of Thronesy episode yet. Flea Bottom, really, the attention to detail and how shitty it was, and amputees and
yeah.
people getting cauterized and fed to pigs
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
living
everybody
in
the
crawl
worst.
spaces.
Like we were saying in the episode, Flea Bottom just has to be
It's got to be the
yeah.
worst. It's got to be
It's not
endless
just any
sorrow and
old
misery, shit and
yeah,
misery. Yeah.
not just any old slum.
No, we're like, we got to go hard.
Basically
There's going to be
hell. Basically
corpses,
hell.
people, yeah,
Yeah.
robbing each other and selling their meager possessions and slitting children's throats and then getting their heads cut off and fed to pigs. You know, that kind of Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, nobody's worried about like the watch being called or nothing or like
Yeah, they
you
don't
know
come down
the
here.
yeah. Nope.
Yeah. I don't know if I wrote the quote down exactly right, but I liked it when Dunk said, what if every place is shit? What if every
Yeah.
place is like here? Or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't even
She's
actually
like-
have... I've put my notes
Yeah.
away already, but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
I wrote
Rafe
down
was-
something like that.
Pretty much that's exactly what he said. Rafe was like, let's go to the free cities. It's got to be better. And he's like, what if it's not? What if the free cities suck too? What if every place sucks?
Yeah, what if
it's
every
all,
place
What
is
if it's all
shit?
terrible? And she's just like, that would be really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, what if it's all shit every place? That's what I wrote down. I don't know if I wrote it down correctly. But is the next episode the last one of this season?
Yeah, it's only 6 seasons.
Next one is 6?
episodes.
This has been 5 episodes. This is a good show.
Yeah.
I like this
Yeah,
show.
I agree.
That's the whole story. It can
Good.
be summed up in
Nice,
like one
yeah.
sentence.
It is
A hedge knight wanders into a tournament, makes a terrible mistake, almost gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
That's the best.
Thank you for streaming and thank you for joining me on WMFB, a podcast where we just fucking record each other talking and publish it because
Yeah.
what
Mostly,
the fuck else?
ostensibly, mostly about these Game of Thrones shows.
Yeah,
also,
I actually
as it turns
tracked
out-
it. Well, you know what? Remember when I couldn't find
shit.
the book? Now they
Yeah.
have like put out like, you know, a collected volume called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms because that's what the show's called. And it's like the show tie-in
Peter-
version, you know. They
Yeah, I
have
was
like
gonna
the
say
new
with
paper book is out.
Peter Claffey's face on the front and you know, all that shit.
Yeah,
Or
that so that version
maybe
is
eggs,
out.
Eggs face on the front.
I think it actually has like a bunch of bullshit on the front. Like it kind of looks like the older editions that just have like a crown or something, but it is like the HBO tie-in, you know, Night of the Seven Kingdoms version. So yeah, I'm gonna get my hands on that and actually read this shit. But
yeah,
yeah,
The
fucking
next-
cool.
Yeah, the next episode. Well, we can talk about what's in store for.
Yeah,
Dunk
what's the
and Egg.
preview? What's the preview for the next episode from your
I,
perspective?
oh well, it's just going to be the fallout from
Right.
Baelor
Yeah.
getting his head smashed in, and
Oh yeah, because
everybody.
really traditionally in Game of Thrones, the episode before the last one is where the dramatic thing happens, and then
Mhm.
everyone talks about it, and someone has to get exiled or whatever in the final episode.
Yeah, I mean, except nobody's going to get in trouble for this because
Yeah,
it
this
was
was
a trial of
perfectly
seven.
legal. Yeah.
This was like blessed by the gods. Everybody is getting in this ring to murder each other, and what happens in the trial of seven stays in the trial of seven.
Yep.
You know, so
Well, great.
yeah, and nobody can punish Dunk for anything because he won.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I guess
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
these
I mean,
these royal people and Targaryen people don't always exactly follow the rules,
yeah, exactly right. I
especially
mean,
when
there's
hedge knights and commoners are involved.
yeah,
So we're gonna see.
exactly.
I thought with Baelor being alive, I was like, oh, good, he's actually gonna be safe. He'll actually be allowed to win if Baelor is,
Yeah.
on his
But I
team.
mean, again, of course, there's a difference between, like, well, I can't kill you or have you killed, but I sure can make your life unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Which
see how that all
does,
goes.
yeah, we'll see. And that kind of shit does tend to happen in these shows and these stories. So
Yeah.
cool. I love not knowing what's going to happen. I'm so used to like just being complacent in what's going to happen on a TV show. So fuck yeah. Game of Thrones. I hesitate to say that Game of Thrones is good again because that feels like just a cursed thing to say. But fuck yeah, but I'm happy to be
I
here.
mean, even when it was bad, I liked it. I don't care.
I got very salty and upset at least during the last two seasons. I really didn't like I was one of those big haters.
That's fair. That's fair. I could tell that nobody was putting effort into it anymore by the end.
Yeah.
But
Those guys wanted to go work on Star
It
Wars.
it was just something that was just like everything was just crashing and burning. But like
Yeah, everywhere.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
Well,
I was
good.
like,
Well, awesome. I'm
I
glad.
was
You're
like,
probably more emotionally mature than I am.
I was like, there's some cool spectacle happening here. Look, it's an undead dragon.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. You got to just,
Yeah.
You got to kind of take it for what it is sometimes and not be like, well, they told me there was going to be this epic story about these characters I liked. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah, right. Or like,
sometimes it's just an undead
like,
dragon.
oh, Danny forgot about the Iron Fleet.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Well, that's a stupid explanation, but who cares?
It's
Whatever.
hard to fucking write epic narratives where 1,000 things are happening when all you can think about is going to work on Star Wars. It's real hard. It's real hard to keep track of the Iron Fleet and whether or not dragons know what thrones are. Maybe the whole time they were secretly hyper intelligent dragons, like from D&D. Wouldn't it be great if at the end, Drogon had turned to Jon Snow and been like, "I believe your race will inherit the world. This is the age of men. Bye, Jon Snow."
Yeah, there's a meme like that somewhere where Drogon like turns to him and gives like a pro-structural critique of power or some bullshit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I would love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah, I mean that. Anything else from either of you?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
This was a real violent Game of Thrones episode.
This was a real. I mean, that was. I mean, it really. That was.
Kingdoms.
I will say again, and for the final time, that was an excellently choreographed extended fight scene at the end of the episode. It was really well made and well planned and well crafted.
And and when it started, I was like, "Oh my god, how long is this little like vignette about Dunk's origin story going to take?" I want to go back to the fight, but I was like, "No, okay, this is good. This is a good little origin. This is fine. You can't have a 30-minute fight. You can't. It's okay. You're gonna have this broken up right in the middle with the slow flashback, and it's gonna be cool.
The pacing we've seen so far, like it just doesn't seem like this is the kind of show where they would have an episode that's 30 minutes of combat.
No.
I mean, again, we've only seen
I,
4 episodes, but I mean, it just doesn't.
I
don't know if it
didn't
would.
realistically expect that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realistically expect that. That's just me liking fight scenes and stuff.
Sure.
You know.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
Yeah.
Great. Well, yeah. Again,
yes.
thank you, and I will talk to you guys really soon.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Have a great night. Yeah. Next
Night.
time. Peace.